Hey guys, welcome back. This is the Bitcoin market review for November the 14th, 2022. And before when I get into the economic calendar and the price action, I just want to say that, maybe some of you wondered why I didn't upload for a video for Friday the 11th. And it is due to the 11th of November being a bank holiday in the US. And if you guys do not know, I do not journal bank holidays in the US, as usually price can be a little bit slow or not as clean as on non-bank holidays in the US. So that's why I just don't review them, I don't journal them, and yeah, just so you guys know. Okay, so now we can get into the economic calendar, and we can see yesterday where there were no high impact news events, only one medium impact news event at 11:30. It was a FOMC member speech, and if we look 11:30, right, this candle, you can see nothing really happened, so it was not very impactful for price. Overall, yesterday, what price did it? Well, it reached for those consolidation highs right here. You can see we have quite a consolidation here. Price then dropped down on Sunday, and yesterday it repriced the drop down and went above the weekend highs. So the weekend highs are here, and then we have also this Friday high, this Friday swing high right here, where price reached above right here. So that's what price action did yesterday, and then after this reach up, it moved back down into this fair value gap right here. And overall, yesterday there were not that many setups. It were a total of 3 setups that I'm gonna show you right now. So first setup was a 1 a.m. setup, and it was prior to this run up, and it's right in here. You can see price initially dropped down, then reversed right here. So actually here you could have taken a couple of setups. The one I want to show to you right now is this one, from the low to the high. You can see if we draw out the fair value gap, like I'm gonna draw it out like this, as there is a fair value gap up here and then there's a small fair value gap down here. So I'm gonna draw out both of them. You can see price first moved above this high, confirming the uptrend, moves back down into the fair value gap, fully fills the fair value gap, touches some down close candles right here, which are the order block, and then it continues first to move up slow, and then eventually it explodes to the upside. So that's pretty much the first entry right here, and I want to show you that, like, usually prior to such a run up, when price consolidates like this, it gets tighter and tighter and tighter, and eventually it shoots off. And we actually have, if we look at it, we can also take, this is a setup, it's a tighter setup, but still right here with a fair value gap, you can see price moves above this high. Let me remove the text right now. You can see it moves above this high, so it breaks market structure. If you want to say this, I would just say it continues the uptrend, comes back down, touches or fills the fair value gap, touches the down close candle, which is the order block, and then it continues higher. And it does this a couple of times prior to exploding to the upside. If we now move up to this one right here, so from this low to this high, you can see price then moves down into this down close candle again, which is the order block, moves down into this again, boom, moves up. And it does this a couple of times right here. You know, it breaks this high, moves back down into this down close candle, moves up. Same thing here, moves up, moves back down into this down close candle, and then eventually shoots off into the distance. And so these are the setups up here, and then actually you could have taken this setup right here, which was pretty much the first one. You can see we have the market structure break, or the shift in market structure, and then the fib tool comes back down into a discount, goes into this down close candle, which is the order block, and then it goes up, and then it starts this. I'm gonna call it an upwards consolidation, a tightening upwards consolidation. You can see it tightens up, range gets smaller and smaller, it tightens up, and then eventually it explodes to the upside. And we see this a couple of times. So price does this quite often prior to a big move. And here with higher highs and higher lows, like an upwards consolidation is prior to a quick up move. So that was the early morning setup. From this, you can see price moves up above these highs first, and then eventually above these highs after a consolidation here. So here price consolidates, and then it shoots up once more. Sorry. Okay. Price consolidates here and then eventually pushes up above the weekend highs and the Friday swing high, and then it reverses. Here, volatile move downwards. Just gonna take this low, boom, right there, and there. Shift the market structure. Huge fair value gap. Like this. Huge fair value gap. And if we now use the fib tool from the high to the low, we can see price then pushes back up into the fair value gap, right around the center of the fair value gap. If you see, look at this, yeah, right around the center, just above the center of the fair value gap, pushes above, and then eventually it starts to move down lower. And here, this was pretty much the setup which caught the entry to get the setup for price to reach back down into this fair value gap right here, which starts below this down close candle right here. So right here it starts at like 16,285, and eventually it touches it right here after lunch at like 3 p.m. So nice entry here on the 3-minute, and then we actually have another setup to pretty much catch the last move down. You can see here price then consolidates throughout lunch, consolidates higher, and then rolls over after lunch. And then here we have one more setup. I'll just draw it out like this because on the one it's actually a 1-minute setup, but I also can show it to you on the 3-minute. Right here you can see price push down lower, not yet reaching this. Let's just draw it out like this. You can see price moves lower, not yet reaching the fair value gap price wants to get to, moves back up into this fair value gap, which is in a premium, and then eventually it moves down lower into this fair value gap. And here again, price pretty much reached the center of this fair value gap. This is pretty much the center. You can see price moved up into the center. So fair value gap is in a premium, and then price moves down lower. And to also show it to you on the actual time frame where the setup occurred, so now we can be a little bit more precise. And yeah, you can see the fair value gap changes a bit. You can see price moves back up into fair value gap, which is into a premium, moves right up to the center of the fair value gap, and then it continues down lower. And you can see right here, this fair value gap down here, the candle bodies respect this fair value gap very nicely. Only the wicks go through, and then eventually this is when price reverses. And I'm going to show it to you on a 5-minute chart. Oh wow, that is zoomed in. You can see price then starts to reverse to rebalance all the imbalances right here, and eventually up to here, and we have a gap right here which it reached into. So yeah, as I said, we only had 3 setups yesterday. I mean, there were multiple setups in here, but it's one big setup. So the setup at like 1:20 a.m., then the one at like 9 a.m., and then the next one at like just close to 3 p.m. And yeah, that have been all the setups in yesterday's price action. As I said, there have not been that many setups in yesterday's price action. But yeah, the setups we've just looked at were very clean, so it was a quite clean price action, but it didn't give a lot of setups. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like. If you have any suggestions, leave a comment. And yeah, I hope you guys are safe. I hope I see you again. And yeah, bye.